And that it
Yeah.
was.
Monday.
I get an unintentional day off because power surge killed my work computer.
Yay!
And I fucking hated it. I would rather have been working.
Oh, really? You didn't enjoy your day off?
Well, no, I did. I played Diablo all day.
As you do.
As you do.
Or you should get Baldur's Gate 3.
I really need to get that, but again, debit card got stolen, has no money.
I'm finding it difficult to put aside time to play video games, honestly. Besides my daily stint in Lost Ark, which serves no purpose whatsoever aside from, bright colors. But yeah, apart from that, I have too much shit to do. But I do want to play Baldur's Gate 3, and I have heard basically nothing but positive things about it.
Yeah, I've heard all good things.
Oh, I have heard the negative things that other devs have said though about this should not. You shouldn't mistake this as being the standard.
This is an
video games.
outlier.
This is an outlier. Yeah, video games are supposed to be like this is just like we're not going to do this. Like that's a shame because this is how you release a really good video game. That's why I want to buy it. I don't know if I'm going to get it on Steam or GOG though. I kind of want to buy it on GOG like I did Cyberpunk.
What's the difference?
GOG gives like all the profits go to the developer, and Steam takes their 30% cut. But really,
GOG have its own loading platform, or do you just get the code from, or for Steam?
There used to be a platform for GOG because they were trying to unify all of the different platforms so that you could put all your friends lists into just this one thing and all your games libraries into this one thing. I don't know how that's GOG Galaxy, that was what it was called. I don't know how that's going, but I know that you don't need that. So I could just buy it on GOG and download. The thing about GOG is there's no DRM, so you can buy it there, you can download it, and you back up your install if you really want to, or you can just play the game. It's good stuff. Hey, I'm going to start up the stream.
Okay.
Because I see green across the board. Oh, thank God. All right, okay, everything worked. Yeah, so how's it going, Masami? Your microphone sounded fucking fantastic.
And this is what happens when Cozen and I switch.
Nah. Yes. I'm an adult, I promise you.
Yeah,
I mean, you're really not off, so...
Learning things about dynamics.
We're also both bisexual as fuck.
Well. I mean, okay.
I was like, you and Zero? No, wait, Zero and me? No, wait. It just went all around. I haven't had a productive day either. All day I felt like I just had the shit beat out of me. I'm ready to go to bed.
Well, Tom, if you want to have the shit beat out of you, I am happy to fly to Boston and do it in person.
That's not my fetish anymore, but I appreciate the offer.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would ask you to pay for the ticket, of course, because I'm broke.
Are we saying Doc's a master debater?
Yes. I mean, I thought that was obvious at this point. Zero, with all due respect, if I want a heavyset fella to try to crush me, I can pretty easily just go over to Lawrence. And there's an entire Latino community over there that would be more than happy to oblige.
Okay, just because you say with all due respect doesn't mean you can finish the statement, okay? I am offended.
If I'm gonna get crushed, I'm not saying that they do it better than you would.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as we're clear on that.
Hello, Omega.
Greetings, Omega.
Zero was talking about his adventures on the toilet today, and then Masami offered for Zero, or Latin Zero, to grant me sexual gratification by sitting on me.
So it's a Monday.
And that's what killed the stream. So welcome everybody to the Church of Chonkwij podcast. My name is DrNiggle, and I play OmegaConstruct upon the word Masami and Zero. I still have Angry Flipped Over Table Squid as my name.
Nice.
Fluffy and I gotta get on that. I miss you, Nella. I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space.
What happened to you, Nella, anyway?
Red source, or yeah, her core basically got updated to a point where you needed a processor. Long story short, you needed a processor built after 2012 to run her anymore. And I have literally been running her on a potato.
Right, and the potato is not capable of post-2012 speeds. Check.
Yeah, the potato is an integrated. It's first of all, it's a laptop. That's problem number one. Second of all, it has an integrated GPU. That's the second problem. Yeah, and it's a Radeon GPU. That's the third problem. So there is no way in fuck for me to upgrade this particular laptop. The other laptops that I have upgraded. Like, I have a laptop from 2005 that's been upgraded to, like, 2015, just because the socket was so flexible. But
everybody loves a flexible socket.
Oh, tell me about it.
I have an HP Omen tower that is just collecting dust. If I knew how to pack it correctly, I would ship it to you. But yeah, I'm afraid I would end up breaking something.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I used to have a Toshiba tower from 1999 or 1998.
Oh.
That thing slapped in 1998. 350 megahertz processor.
Dude, Toshibas were the gold standard back in the day.
Toshiba was pretty fucking good. Yeah, HP. That was back in the days when there were a billion companies competing with each other for pre-builts. So you had Toshiba, you had Compaq, you had HP, you had Gateway, you had Dell. What else is dead? Micron.
Who was it? Was it the dude you're getting? Is it the dude you're getting a Dell guy, or was it the Gateway guy who got busted for transporting copious amounts of pot in computer cases?
That's just smart. I don't know which guy it was, but man, if I had known that back in the day, I would have encouraged people to buy more of whatever computer that guy was selling. Seriously, you got busted for. I don't know why. When you started saying that, you're reminding me of there was a porn star who used to be he used to be the main stud for Cuban Kings back in the early aughts, and he stopped doing porn because he got busted. He got pulled over transporting illegal transportation of livestock. He got pulled over in a truck with something like 25 chickens and a couple goats. He was just going from one farm to another, and he had no license for any of it. Clearly an animal livestock.
Wow.
And he got jail time for it. That was so harsh. That's my favorite exit from the porn industry. Arrested for illegal transportation of livestock.
It's like they were living La Vida Loca.
Yes, he was. Well, speaking of pornography, Reddit has beaten the film industry. It won't have to identify users who admitted to torrenting. This has actually been reported on extensively by Torrent Freak before. I think Omega posted it in chat, and I guess they finally got to the end of this round. Several film companies, a film company was trying to subpoena Reddit to reveal who the users were who had blatantly admitted on some of the subreddits to piracy, and Reddit was like, no, we don't have to do that. And a court agreed with Reddit. So, good. The site's still a mess, but this is good for users.
Yeah, well,
I tagged it to piracy because everybody pirates porn.
I mean, I have to now. I don't have a choice. I'm in Virginia. We have laws now.
Oh, did they do that stupid shit to you too?
Yes, they did.
I'm sorry, that's rough. Or you can just get a VPN.
And
Does your work have VPN? Can you use your work VPN?
Oh, sweet God. I enjoy my job, Doc.
remember the guy who was using Wheatness's service?
Yes.
Oh boy. Yeah, good times.
That was great.
We can't. Yeah, we probably shouldn't talk about that on stream.
Why not?
I don't want to. You're right. I don't know. Well, let's see.
I mean, it's not like they know who he is by that name.
It's definitely not. He's not the most distinctive South African in all of Louisiana. Oh man. Okay, speaking of VPNs, though, I also just wanted to tag on this article because Putin signed off in Russia. Meanwhile, in Russia, Putin signed off on legal amendments that threaten to destroy online anonymity. This is basically an attack on any VPN services or any way to obfuscate your identity online in Russia, and it's another push towards, I think it's Roscom is their main ISP, setting up a great firewall around Russia, which they've had very little success in doing because they're blatantly incompetent. But yeah, more of this.
In Russia, firewall sets you.
Yeah, really. Look at them with their backwards letters. The fuck's wrong with these people?
Fuck them.
Yeah.
I hope they never get porn again for a day in their life. I hope that they have to. I hope that every person in Russian politics wakes up and steps on Legos every night.
Oh my god, when you say that. We've all stepped on a Lego before, right?
Yep.
Jesus.
But have we all stepped on a D4?
Yes.
Oh God, the absolute worst. I would rather have my nuts slammed in a car door.
I mean, we can arrange that.
No, thank you.
I think I'll take the D4 personally. I like my balls. My feet could probably take it. Anyway. Just because, alright, so yeah, just because we're sort of into this, and I'm watching Zero play, Diablo.
Diabler!
This past week, there was an exploit out for Diablo 4 for seasonal. It started with people figuring out how to bring, what are they called? Eternal characters?
Eternal Realm characters, yeah.
Yeah, Eternal Realm characters into seasonal, and it ended with people figuring out how to put, what are they called? Gems? Helltide gems?
The Malignant Hearts.
Malignant Hearts. Yeah, they figured, the end of the exploit was people figuring out how to put Malignant Hearts in all slots. And, Blizzard was aware of this. Blizzard advised people not to do it. And
people did it anyway.
People did it anyway. And the banhammer has started to be dropped now.
It was funny.
So, yeah.
It was funny floating around on Reddit for like the 72 hours that people were talking about this, and people going, "Oh, Blizzard's not going to ban you for this. They won't ban you for this." And I'm sitting there going, "They're going to ban you for this. You're going to lose access to all of the work that you've put in since you've started playing this game." And
yep. Blizzard has a history.
Not 24 hours after that, people started getting banned.
This is a very, it's not like Blizzard, oh my god, Blizzard always does this. Yeah, they do, but everybody always does this. Warframe used to do the same thing when people discovered exploits on it, or were deliberately, if you just stumbled upon the exploit and you were just like, whoops, then DE seemed to be very conscious of that. But if you were doing it over and over and over again, like there was something people were doing in Scarlet Spear years ago that was, I think it was Scarlet Spear, that was an exploit, and people that did it repeatedly just lost all that loot or got temporary suspension or something like that. So, yeah, when you find exploits, that's neat. Read about them. Enjoy them. Don't do them. No need to do them.
I think that's the funniest part about when people discover exploits nowadays. It's like the first thing people do is they go to the internet and post about it. And then instead of listening to, or instead of just reading about it, people immediately go and do it. And then they sit there with the surprised Pikachu face when they get when they um fuck around and find out.
I'm imagining Zero with surprised Pikachu face. Oh. Yeah, but that's pretty much what happened. Anyway, how is the season going? Omega Zero, you guys are playing the most. How's the Diablo season progressing?
I mean, it's good. I think I've finally found a decent rogue build for myself at in game that I enjoy.
Ooh. I know, well, I guess both of you have been posting a lot of gear in chat. It was nice to see the lidless wall come back this time. I just assumed that stat sounded useful. I mean, Bone Shield
It
was useful in D3.
Yeah, it's one of the few uniques that actually does seem to have some builds that use it. One of the big complaints about D4 right now that I think is pretty valid is that a lot of the uniques, well, the affix, the main unique affix might be cool. Secondary affixes in this game are what really define a best in slot item a lot of times. And the way they've done the itemization of the game it just ends up being like a lot of uniques, while the affix might be cool if it were, a regular legendary affix that you could swap around and move and use somewhere. The fact that every unique item comes with specific affixes that you cannot change. Yeah, you can't like roll a unique and change the affixes. Like every unique comes with specifically like these 4 affixes.
Right, you need to go find a yellow, or extract the affix, find a yellow, and put it on that way? Is that how that works?
No. I mean, that's how it works for legendaries, but with a unique, it's just...
Oh.
It is what it is.
Gotcha.
Like, if you want that unique, it's going to have those 4 stats. Different uniques will have... Like, different drops will have different values for those 4 stats, but it's always going to be those 4 stats.
Right. Okay.
So, like, for instance, there's some cool gloves in the game, but for a lot of gloves, your best in slot is always going to be plus attack speed, plus crit chance, and plus skills. And then, like, a third offensive stat of something, whether it's your main stat or, a damage boost or something. And there's no unique gloves that gives you attack speed and crit chance. Like gives you all of these things. So many builds in this game depend on attack speed and crit chance that no matter how good that affix is, if you're losing that like 10+% on both those stats, your build's not as good as it could be.
Yeah.
That was very common in Diablo 3 as well, because just gloves. I'm just going to focus on gloves here. You always wanted crit chance, crit damage, your main stat, and then attack speed or vit, depending on your build, or if you're pushing for damage or you're squishy. So there were, and I guess all items were like that in D3. There were certain things that you want on your chest. You always wanted crit chance and skill damage on your helmet with a socket, stuff like that. So I don't know. Do you think the legendary affect system is to get people up and to make it easier for lower end players to get up and running, to find a viable build so that then they can start grinding for the really rare shit? And the really rare shit is it's deliberately set up that way to make you grind longer, spend more time in game.
Well, but like the really rare shit, like I've been saying, it's with few exceptions for the most part. The uniques just aren't worth it. And if you're talking like the really rare shit, like the ultra rares, that's not even worth like talking about. Like if you look
I
at the
guess,
numbers, it's not even worth expecting you'll ever get any
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, you mean the Harlequin mask that's is
Yeah,
best in slot for basically everything. Yeah.
yeah, the Harlequin Quest, the Harlequin Crest, the Grandfather Sword. There's a handful of others that are like technically quote unquote the best in slot for various builds, but it's literally so statistically unlikely that anyone will ever actually find them that, like, I'll put it this way: Maxroll removed all of the ultra rares from their guides.
Good.
Like Maxroll had them listed as best in slot, and they even went so far on those guides to say like you'll probably never find this item, but technically it is best in slot. They went so far as to even just remove that entirely, and like not even
Focus on practical and attainable
yeah,
alternatives. Yeah.
exactly.
Good. I hope so. I hope that, because Fluffy was complaining about that last month, and I almost said months ago. It's like, damn, it hasn't been out that long, dude. Yeah, he was complaining about that because what good is a guide? I get it. It's max roll. It's in the name, and Icy Veins could argue the same. But what good is a build guide if it's got gear on it that you're not going to see potentially ever?
Bingo.
Well, I mean,
So
to be fair, it did give you like, the guy did say like, this is super rare. You'll probably never find it. Here's what you should use instead. So like, it did give you the quote unquote second best in slot. So it's not
weird.
like the guy didn't tell you what to do in those cases. Like Maxroll guides always give you the alternatives to whatever things that you might have. So like,
Okay, I could be
they never
misremembering.
did.
I could be misremembering, but I went to the page. Fluffy linked the page. It's back in the Discord, and I went to that page and I just saw. I didn't see an alternative to Harlequin Crest. God damn.
Chaco.
What's the thing that Scottish people can't say? Purple burglar alarm.
Yep.
Yeah, the Harlequin Crest is apparently mine, but I can't say. Harlequin Crest. It's not that hard. Purple burglar alarm. Come on, Scotland. It's not that hard. Purple burglar alarm. Purple burglar alarm. Yeah, it's just fun to say. Anyway.
Yeah, that's why everybody just calls it the Shaco. That's
Oh, right. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
just easier. But yeah, no, I mean it would be nice to
Hi,
see
Max.
the hi Max. It would be very nice to see the drop rate of Ubers go up, but you're not going to see that for a while. I mean, a long while.
We're gonna get we're in the starting part again. This is we've seen all of this in Diablo 3 before. We're in the starting part where it's wicked difficult to get a Mempo of Twilight, a crit Mempo, or an Echoing Fury. And you just give this a year or two, the game systems are going to change. Higher difficulties will be made available. We already know that there's a World Tier 5 planned. That means increased drop rates, increased chances for rares and uniques depending on your level. So yeah, eventually it will become attainable, but that's when we will have more game modes, more stuff to do, and hopefully a solid end game. Not that people don't find running dungeons over and over again to be fun, because they do. They obviously do.
What are the chances of that happening? A cursed shrine and a cursed resplendent chest dead smack next to each other.
It was very cool. now they're like good enemy numbers. I like this. Kill them all. Shoot them. Shoot them all. Whoa, time just slowed down. Alright. Anyway. Very cool. So that's that. Oh, the other game thing that happened. I read this article, I read briefly about this just to figure out what's up, but Omega, you might know more about this. It's the N64 secret in Banjo-Kazooie that got unlocked. The stop and swap method of unlocking this, which is where you take out a cartridge and immediately put another cartridge in.
Yeah, I just found it really cool because I never even knew that was a thing.
Yeah, so it's the 1998 N64 version of Banjo-Kazooie that features a number of secret items that I'm quoting from the article that were originally intended to unlock further secrets in the game by developer Rare. The devs found that when you pulled a cartridge out of the system, the game would remain in memory for a few seconds, just long enough for you to plug a different cartridge in to read the data from the previous game. So it was referred to as stop and swap. And this was Nintendo's... Nintendo came up with this, they thought it out, but then they put a stop to it because they were worried about people damaging either the console or the cartridge. So they were like, maybe this isn't a good idea. And they killed it. But a modder called Squawk. Created a custom version of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time that runs on a flash drive and sends out the code Banjo-Kazooie has been looking for all these years to unlock its secrets. So, yeah, apparently it's Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. But yeah,
So-
they plugged that... it's not literally swapping a cartridge anymore. The guy figured out how to do this with solid media, but what is essentially happening is he's playing Banjo-Kazooie and then he's tearing out the Banjo-Kazooie cartridge and putting in Ocarina of Time, and that unlocks something.
So I don't know if you guys remember this. I may be the only one who played this game growing up. Monster Rancher.
I do not remember that game.
Oh, it was the original Pokemon. It was on PlayStation, and the game, you could use different video game discs to spawn in different monsters that you would then fight in game. And I remember there was a trick because the Final Fantasy VII was a 4-disc game, and you could hot swap the first and second disc, and it would in the middle of it loading the monster, and it would give you like the most powerful monster in the game.
Nice.
Yeah, my sister and I figured it out on accident. Of course, again, this was pre-internet days, but it was really neat. That game definitely tickles a nostalgia boner, and it's, I wish they would bring a game like that back.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. I can guarantee you that what Squawk did was fucking illegal, and Nintendo's gonna go after him. They possibly can. Because Nintendo does not like people playing their old games, apparently.
What? Oh God! What was that? What was your D&D character's name? Goblock. Goblock's the
Goblox.
Destroyer. Yes, that's what that
Yes.
reminds me of. Goblock's the Destroyer.
Yeah. He was a giant ostrich. That was great.
Dirt-faced ostrich.
Dirt face ostrich. Oh.
God love his soul.
His simple-minded, dumbass soul.
With his halberd of random kindness.
How can I make the most annoying D&D character ever? The story of Godblocks. Yeah, let's see.
You apparently have never played with somebody who created played as a trio of goblins that was literally dressed up in a trench coat. Talk about annoying having one person play as 3 characters for an entire campaign.
That... okay, yeah, no, I see what you're saying. That's an interesting idea, though.
It is very interesting, and it was hilarious.
But I play it as a single character, though. I wouldn't have 3 individuals. I would have... They'd all, like, coordinate with each other, because they're all, like, trying to pull off this... You know, like the 3 kids in a trench suit. It's the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Let's see. Oh, alright, and... let's see. Baldur's Gate 3 is out now. It's $60. If you bought into the early access of Baldur's Gate, you got the premium DLC for free when it got released. I didn't realize that, but that's another plus for the Baldur's Gate studio. Ding! And let's see. Oh, what do I want to say? Yeah, well, basically everybody loves Baldur's Gate 3 because it came out of early access. It actually got a 1.0 and it was pretty fucking stable. I'm reading like 99% stable based on most of the reviews. There are some funny glitches that have come up, but it's nothing game breaking. It's just immersion breaking. Like, so there's a video being passed around right now of an NPC finishing dialogue, turning around, and then her head just goes right behind, like she bends over backwards and stares at you as she walks away from you. So, small things like that. But, aside from that, it's a fucking phenomenal game by all accounts. And, yeah. To make it even more phenomenal, there's a voice actor dedicated to making sex sounds.
I saw that article and I was like, we have to talk about this.
This is great. I had no idea. His name is Alex Jordan, and his role in Baldur's Gate 3 was to do the sex sounds. Good on him.
You know what? If you've got to make money doing something.
That's, I believe on screen right now is a picture of him either before he makes love to a bear or afterwards.
I can barely believe it.
Nah.
Thank you.
Oh, that could be a very grisly situation.
Oh.
Hey, I'm clawing. I'm really clawing for these jokes. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Do I not have the qualifications? They're getting worse.
It's definitely a Kodiak moment, though.
This is...
Wait, where's the other one? Oh. Completely unrelated, Fluffy figured out how to add sounds to my soundboard yesterday. Apparently I had the wrong thing ticked in the wrong whatever.
Fuck yeah, I'm hard as a rock.
So he added that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck yeah, I'm hard as a rock.
Yeah, that's
So,
fluffy.
That's definitely Fluffy.
That's Fluffy. But yeah, good times.
That's our friend.
I was hoping it was just from Siflin Ollie, but it's not.
That's my friend. Oh, isn't it? Yeah, actually, I don't know what it's from. Anyway, anybody have plans to play Baldur's Gate 3?
I do. I definitely do because, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, it's D&D in video game form. So when I'm not able to play D&D, I will still be able to play D&D.
Yeah. Also, I was a little surprised. Steam's had a developer stream going on for Baldur's Gate 3, and it's Matt Mercer playing with one of the devs.
Oh, I'd put dollars to donuts that he voices some of the characters in the game.
Probably. I bet. Yeah, I bet if we go on IMDb.
Which kind of donuts would you put to it?
Krispy Kreme, hot fresh.
Have you
The
guys
only
seen
kind.
how? Have you guys seen how they put the chocolate sauce on top of the donuts?
Yes.
They have this tray that just flips back and forth like a page in a book, and they put the donuts on one tray and the chocolate sauce is on the other, and they flip the donut tray, they flip the page over, and it just saturates all the chocolate, and then they flip it back and they take them out of the cage. It looks great. I want one of those.
We have a Krispy Kreme distribution place here in Roanoke, and we can watch them make the donuts like from scratch. It is amazing. And it is common knowledge that when the hot fresh light is on, those are the ones that don't have calories because they are lighter than air. So how can something that's lighter than air have calories? Two, those are the ones that don't affect my blood sugar.
I bet it's just pure fat.
Oh my god, it is. And they're so good. I can't get them but so often because it's just again, it's one of those things where if we get a dozen of them here at the house, they're gone in a couple of days.
Are Olestra chips still a thing?
No, and thank God for that. I ruined many a couch.
Yeah, I was just remembering artificial lipids. That's how we found out the hard way that artificial lipids do not do well in the human body. The human body, in fact, just sort of passes them right along. It's like, what the hell is this? I don't know. Next. If we go on...
Fancy, you could say.
Passing fancy, yeah, because of the poop. Sorry. Made myself laugh. If we go on IMDb for Baldur's Gate 3, yeah, Matt Mercer plays... I was just looking at this fucking... God damn it, why can't... Matthew Mercer, there he is. He plays Minsk.
Minsk.
I don't know who that is. Let's go see if there's a picture. There is not. Sad cat face.
I bet you it's a kobold. It sounds like a kobold.
Think so. Could be. Alright, and the last, all good news in terms of video games this week, except for people who got banned from Diablo for those exploits, but they probably had it coming. Last for gaming is, there's an Assassin's Creed game out right now that is free to play. It bears noting that this is a mobile game, but, if you're into mobile games and you like Assassin's Creed, this is free to play, and it's getting really positive reviews.
Yeah, I'd never heard of this at all. So I saw it today and I was like, oh.
I knew that there was an Assassin's Creed game planned to take place in China, but yeah, I had no idea that this was actually released. So this article is literally from today. And yeah. It's called, what is it called? Assassin's Creed Jade. And it takes place in China. It is a fully open world role-playing game in the series. It takes place in China, and again, mobile game.
That's
Give it a
kind
shot.
of neat.
Something interesting about this is using touchscreen controls to simulate the console of Assassin's Creed. So it might actually be set up to be intuitive, and it might work very well on a mobile screen. But obviously people are digging it, so yeah.
It'll certainly be interesting to see how the mechanics work because, I mean, it is a mobile game. So that just tends to mean something with the games nowadays. So we'll have to see what it ends up being.
Maybe somebody's going to figure out how to port it onto PC. I mean, if they can do it with Diablo Immortal, You could probably do it with this game, maybe. I don't know. But that would be neat. Yeah, I'd give it a shot. I don't know if I might give it a shot on my phone, but I don't know if my phone is... I don't know. I like big screens, and I cannot lie.
You other brothers can't deny.
I have so many musical numbers planned for the Rolling Bones if we survive.
Of course, you would turn them into a touring sensation.
Why not?
Because I can do that. I can just order them to get good at instruments.
Vodak could be the security guard.
You want to be the bouncer?
Yeah, 6'8" would be the roadie.
Oh, goodness. Alright, so, yeah, we did that, and we did that. Okay, so, the real fun this weekend... the real fun this weekend is, as usual, having to do with Twitter. Because we're still calling it Twitter. I think this is just full clown face now. On Omega posted this article. It's Elon Musk is now letting blue subscribers hide their once coveted blue checks as users continue to mock them.
All I'm gonna say is Carrie's mom had it right. They are all going to laugh at you.
And we definitely are. Jesus Christ, what's the point now? It's like, I subscribe to Twitter, but I don't want anyone to know that I subscribe to Twitter because people that subscribe to Twitter get made fun of.
Sorry, I'm not paying for a service that I can use for free. The only reason that I have Discord Nitro for free is because I won a giveaway from one of the streamers that I watch.
Some features may not be available when your checkmark is hidden. That was the other part of this article that sort of caught my eye.
Which feature is that? The sense of entitlement and self-importance you get from having a checkmark?
I have no idea. I don't even know what the fuck this guy's doing to Twitter anymore. I'm not... Am I that stupid that I can't realize why he's making these wild decisions?
No,
No.
you're not.
Nobody can. That's why it's a giant joke.
How did you
Fucking
put
hell.
it, Omega? That the multiple times that you've said it, that it's finally come to fruition that a 4chan autist has taken over a company.
Have I said that?
Somebody I know said that a 4chan autist has taken over a company, and I think it was one of you guys.
Yes, it was Omega. I remember this because I agreed wholeheartedly. This is what happens when you give your average 4chan B user a couple $1 billion.
Well, what's worse though is that like he got the billions of dollars and then he became this. If you actually look at the timeline, it's kind of funny. He basically turned into like a right-wing incel type after he got dumped by Grimes.
I have to find this real quick. It is in my B folder. Okay, yeah, I'll just put this up on screen. I would just like everyone to appreciate how hard Elon Musk worked to take this specific picture off the internet, and how much he does not want this picture on the internet. So I'll just take a moment to appreciate young Elon Musk, young balding Elon Musk, and that is
amazing.
PayPal logo. PayPal
When
logo in the lower right.
When people get billions of dollars, suddenly their hair grows back.
I know, it's this miraculous phenomenon. I can't understand it myself, but one day
I
maybe
don't
I'll
know.
be rich.
Bezos went full like bald.
Yeah, well, he went full supervillain. That's
Yeah,
what happened
Yes.
with him.
Yeah.
He went the full like Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Magneto. We're both thinking of bald supervillains. Jesus Christ.
Let's not insult Michael Fassbender like that, okay?
Oh no. Cartoon Magneto from the
Okay.
the Saturday morning TV show. Fuck, no, even Ian McKellen wasn't bald. Oh, man. And then the other thing... Okay, so, yeah. For reasons that are beyond anyone, it's now an option if you have an $8 a month subscription to X Media or something, or whatever the fuck he's calling
Twitter.
it. Now you can hide... Yeah, Twitter. Now you can hide your blue check mark. Because why not? I have no fucking idea. But the other thing that happened was, this is also weird. Elon has announced that if you are unfairly treated over your posts on the platform, that X will fund your legal bills.
Yeah, this is the most absurd thing.
Yeah, if you're fired because you post some dumb shit on Twitter.
It is exactly what it sounds like. I mean, he said this himself. The quote is, "If you were unfairly treated by your employer due to posting or liking something on this platform, we will fund your legal bill," adding that there will be no limits to funding the bills. So, I mean, neat publicity stunt, I guess. But I can't imagine... I mean, this might happen once publicly, so that they can say, or that Elon can say, yeah, look, we fell through, you know, we did what we said we were going to do.
There's not an employer alive that will put down social media posts as a reason for firing you. They will find another reason that looks a lot better when you go to pick up unemployment. That way they can deny you unemployment. It is not...
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I mean, you can, I guess, in theory, you can get fired for shit that you say on Twitter, but that's stupid. There are so many other easier ways to fire people inside the workplace. You just say you're downsizing. You just say, yeah, your position is no longer required in the company. Easy as that. So, I don't see how... That's what confuses me the most about this. How is X or Twitter or whatever the fuck you want to call it going to determine that it was because of a tweet that you got fired, and how are they going to determine which cases they take and which cases they don't? Because I don't even know if he's thought this far ahead. Maybe I'm getting way ahead of myself.
The real question is, like, what... This is just bullshit, because, like, what legal recourse do you have? A company... Like, I don't even understand what you guys are talking about. A company is fully entitled to fire you for things that you say on a public platform, regardless of what platform that is.
And in most states, that's correct, because most states are at-will states. However, most of the time, companies won't fire you outright if you are not identifying as working for that company. It gets into a whole thing, which is, part of the reason why I have stopped. I'm not on LinkedIn. I'm not, I don't do any of that, LinkedIn stuff. I don't put where I work up on any of my social media, because, it's nobody's fucking business where I work. Two, some of the customers that I work with on a daily basis are crazy, and if they happen to find me, yeah. So,
yeah, this was confounding. I did not. It sure is.
To me, it sounds like nothing. Like, you don't have a legal recourse to being fired because you said some dumb shit on social media. Like, that's what I find interesting about this whole thing. Like, it's, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even, yeah. I don't know. As we said in the beginning of this, it wouldn't matter even if you did have legal recourse for some shit that you said, or some shit that you participated in on social media. Even if you did have that recourse, Job doesn't have to fire you because of that. Job can just make up another reason. It's really not that difficult. And if you want to argue circumstantial evidence, I mean, fine. But yeah, this was just a very confusing week for Twitter.
Always a confusing week for Twitter.
Gina Carano took up Elon's offer. She spoke up. She feels like she was unfairly dismissed for things that she said. But like again, she has no legal recourse here.
Yeah, if she
Disney
did,
is allowed to fire her.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, technically,
Disney's allowed to say we don't. Yeah.
Technically, is she not a contractor because she was an actress? She is technically an independent contractor working underneath a contract with Disney.
See, that I do not know. That's very specific, but I do know that yes, she had a contract. So somewhere in that contract, Disney's got. It's fucking Disney, man. They've built that contract to be as flexible for them as they could ever want.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, the only time you as an employee would have a legal recourse for losing a job is honestly if the job loss was in violation of the terms of a contract. Like, if you are a regular employee, that's when I feel like you have even less of a chance of having a legal grounds to sue, because if that's up to the terms of your employment, which are almost universally like, well, we can fire you at any time for pretty much any reason, as long as it's not a protected reason of race, class, gender, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, whatever the various protected classes are, and political beliefs and expression are not protected classes. So you have no grounds to sue for unfair termination as a protected class. So the only grounds you would have to have any legal recourse would be if they violated the terms of an employment contract.
It's interesting you bring up Gina Carano, because I rewatched Mandalorian a while ago, like a month ago, and it's my third rewatch of the thing. So I know it very well, and now I'm going back and I'm just like I'm appreciating detail. Basically, it's a very well made program, but she is awful. I've gotten to the point where it's just like, oh no, I'm no longer psyched about, there's this new character, they're gonna go into an adventure. No, now I'm just watching people's performances, and she is awful. So I do not miss her being gone from the acting world. Hope she's moved on to something less annoying.
But she's not gone from the acting world, Doc. She works for the Daily Wire.
Wasn't she? Yeah, okay. I didn't know if she was working for the Daily Wire or if she picked something up with Breitbart Media or some bullshit. I know
yes,
she did that.
That's all the same. That's all the same ecosystem.
It's all this. Okay, all right. The only thing that made me think of that was I know that she did that interview with Ben Shapiro, and
yeah, basically you can shorthand it like she's just fallen into the right-wing media bullshit sphere.
And it's just having a blast. That's great. I hear she's an expert on many things political. So anywho. Oh no, that's about it, unless we want to talk about how Valve is cracking down on the quote wild west of third-party battle passes and other.
What about that? What about the heist from Gen Con?
Yeah, Zero, you want to go ahead and explain to me what the fuck this is? It's two guys from this convention that are just rolling out I don't know how many playing cards.
$300,000 worth.
It's on one of those giant wheeled pallets that you get at Home Depot when you're picking up something big. They just got one of those full up. And what's the point of these cards? Why do they want the? Why are they value? What are the? What the game? What? What? I have so many
So-
whats.
I mean, it was literally just trading card, TCG cards. So anything from like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, any of them. And they just stole 300, walked out with $300,000 worth of cards.
Did you guys see Post Malone paid like what was it like $2 million or $5 million I think or $2 million maybe
It was
for
$2 million for the
the
One
One
Ring.
Ring Magic card?
That
I
is
did,
awesome.
Yeah. And then I saw the
It was
shitty
actually,
TikTok
like-
video with the sappy emotional music and the guy crying as he handed over the card. Yeah, that so much cringe.
Yeah, that was really dumb, but it was cool. The video was really dumb, but like actually seeing him like buy it from the guy was pretty cool to see that happen. I thought.
So the one that card, the One Ring, that was just part of a promotional offer, right? Like that was hidden somewhere in a Magic the Gathering deck.
I don't know. That I'm unaware of.
If I'm remembering correctly, it's not actually a real card. It's not like a playable card. Or maybe it is.
But yeah, no, they unidentified card thieves, the people of interest reportedly
right.
acquired a pallet jack, removed one pallet of gaming cards, moved them to an unknown location. I
Well,
mean,
they had to get the pallet jack because they were not forklift certified.
yeah, well, but they would be rolling in bitches if they were forklift certified, so they wouldn't need to steal trading cards.
That's what everybody used to do. You need to go out and get your forklift certification.
But no, I saw this article and legitimately laughed out loud because it was one of those things where it was just, how in the fuck at a convention of that size did they get
Now, were
away
these
with it?
like a lot of people's collections that were being held in one central location? Was this like a large display of like new retail items? What exactly was stolen here? Was $300,000 worth of cards? Okay, was it like new boxes of cards? Was it like 100 of the attendees that put their collections there for like
So-
safe storage while they were on the floor? Like, what was this?
Was it a
It
big
looks
Tupperware
like-
container with the reserve of all the Charizard cards that nobody wanted to buy?
So it looks like, I mean, just from the pictures, it looks like unopened boxes, but based off what the article says, it says the alleged theft took place before the opening of events in the downtown area and while vendors were setting up their displays at various times. So it sounds like it was just it was just
engineering.
unopened packets.
Yeah, it sounds like the vendors were setting up, and
Yeah.
if the vendors stepped away from their tables, these guys might have cleared them.
I mean, if it was one pallet, it sounds like it was one vendor got robbed.
Could be.
Yeah. Very well could be.
Or they were just sneaky and like stole a box from as many tables as they could. Yeah, there are a lot of questions here as well, but this is a fairly recent article, right? These guys are still
At large, yes.
Yeah,
No,
still
they have not been
alive.
caught.
Even though one of their faces is pretty clearly visible in the security cam
Oh,
picture.
100%.
He looks like a pretty cool dude.
Let's see how long he manages to evade capture.
What's really going to do it is
Card
when
caper.
yeah, what's really going to do it, what's going to bust the great card caper is when he goes on eBay and tries to sell, 10,000 Squirtle cards. These are the only Pokemon I know.
I don't think that's how it works, but
I have never Pokemon.
It's okay,
I played
neither
the
have I.
Pokemon game, I watched the cartoon, and I had cards, but I never played the card game. I just sort of collected them. It
Masami,
was like moderately cool to do at the time.
did you ever play card games?
You mean like Magic and shit?
Sure,
Or
yeah.
just like actual like playing card games like golf and pinochle and
Oh no.
Rummy and Gin.
I assume that we've all played Uno. No, I mean yeah, like Magic. Yeah, tabletop. Sorry. Oh, that stings. Oh, I really wish Uno would work on my computer, but it doesn't. Ubisoft is such a bitch about it. Yeah, no, Magic or
I have
Pokemon.
I know I've never played the Pokemon card game. I've seen plenty of it played. I understand how Magic is played, but it gets so deep in the weeds so quickly that I lose attention span. Plus, it was I learned because an ex would go and play like Friday Night Magic all the time, so I at least kind of wanted to understand what was going. So I kind of figured out, kind of got taught how to play, and like I can follow a game, but it's basically cardboard crack, and I have got other um quote unquote drug habits to feed,
You
aka
have
our books.
other crippling addictions?
Correct. I mean, you look at most of the gaming and you go, wow, that's all really expensive, and then you go, well, it could be drugs. It could be drugs.
Or you could
That's
do
true.
both.
Yeah,
Or you
why
could
not
do
both? Like Linus and I do every Sunday. Oh man. All right. So, yeah, because I have no experience in the card gaming world. Omega, yeah, I had the Pokemon cards. Obviously, Zero. Did you ever? I don't think I know this about you either.
I don't want to be made fun of, okay? I played Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, the joke's on you because I don't know what that is.
Aha!
Oh, but I do.
Damn it.
Go at him.
So Zero, have you seen Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged?
I have Quotagonist.
You know, playing children's card games on motorcycles?
Yes, card games on motorcycle.
What?
No, it's good. I love it.
Like,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I've never.
Abridged.
Yeah. My Team 4-star, they do DBZ Abridged and a few other abridged series that are absolutely comedy gold. And like, I have never seen normal Yu-Gi-Oh nor normal DBZ, and I never will because I have seen abridged, and that is all that lives in my memory.
I haven't seen you on TikTok in a while, and I sent you one today that I think made me giggle a little too hard because it wasn't abridged. And this dude is trapped in the bosom of this enemy, and they're like, "We've come to save you," and he's like, "No, fuck you! Don't save me! What?" He was like, "What can you give me? We're gonna negotiate." And
I know
yeah.
what this is. I do know what this is. I've seen Dragon Ball Z abridged. I have a couple of these clips. Okay, all right. I'm back on board. It's basically just an entire episode of Dragon Ball Z distilled down to 90 seconds or less.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
sometimes actually an entire arc distilled down to one episode.
I think that might be the one. I don't know any of these characters' names in Dragon Ball Z, but there's one that starts off with a guy floating around in a tank after he's broken all of his ribs, and he gets into an argument with a lady, and then they fuck. That's the end. But I'm pretty sure that's an entire season arc.
You wouldn't be wrong.
It's
Shit.
it's the origin of I need an adult.
Yeah.
I am an adult.
Okay. All right. So I do know what Dragon Ball's DBZ abridged is. I do know that, even though I have never seen that show before. Actually, that's not true. It used to be on Saturday morning cartoons as well, so I have seen it. I just never paid attention to it, and I had absolutely no idea what was going on with any of the character names. What the hell is Kakarot?
Kakarot.
It took me until I was like 30 to realize that all of their names are just vegetables in Japanese. So, okay, alright. Still don't quite get it. I'm sure it's very fascinating.
You don't even really have to watch what's going on. You can kind of figure it out based on listening alone, and then you'll listen at the wrong moments, and it'll just be hilarious.
I would say, alright. I think there's only two memes that I know that came out of Dragon Ball Z, and that's charging my laser and over 9,000.
I'm firing my laser.
I'm a charging my laser.
Shoopus, my whoopus.
Oh, I also remember the Mr. Popo memes. Oh, Japan.
Oh,
Remember somebody asking, "What's Mr. Popo?" And their response was, "He's kind of a racist thing."
kind of. Like Mr. Popo is all of the racism, like all of the racism that Japan could bring, brought in one character. God, he was so bad.
I can't believe this is a child's show. Like,
Yeah.
I could have been watching this when I was 9 years old. Oh man.
All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle.
So happy you're a man of culture and taste, Zero.
True gentleman.
Oh,
Alright, well, that's about it. I'm winding down here. So it has been, it's been a rough Monday. But it was a good podcast. And there was lots of legitimately good gaming news. So, made me thankful for that. But yeah. Alright, GG's everybody. We'll catch you next time.
yeah.
Same time, same
GGs.
place, same week. Fuck Putin, fuck Winnie the Pooh!
Whatever X is.
Yeah.